Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and get right to it. We got a lot of texturing to do here, so without further ado, let's just get right to work. Alright, so go ahead and turn these off. Okay, so we have the face, the head, and the neck already unwrapped. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this bandana. And I'm going to go down to face. And let's take a look. Okay, so the bandana is on 7. So set that to 7. Okay. And maybe we can actually just... Alright, so that's not going to work. So let's select there. And with select by element on, I'm holding Alt and we're clicking off of those guys. So all we're left with is the bandana. And this is going to be another cylindrical. And do a fit. So a lot of this stuff is the same. Set that to local so we can scale it up right there. And a little more. There we go. It's pretty good. Okay, and again we got to rotate. Set that local so the green line is in the back. Right back here, like that. Okay, we can now click off and let's take a look. So there's a bandana. Select my element. Okay, I'm going to put that up here like this. Okay, and some of the things we would have to do would be just like before, come in here, and we want to see the green edge, the seam edge, actually sitting here on the outside. Like that. And these guys are we got some issues going on in here. These vertices are all kinds of over the place. So I'm just gonna focus on getting the green edges taken care of. And I've been thinking about it, and I think what I'm going to do for the next videos in the series, I'm sorry, for the next couple of sections here on the unwrapping, I'm really not sure if I want to continue doing this every step of the way. Been thinking that I might want instead to just start showing you the big steps, the major steps, and getting those explained, and then just moving on, because I just feel like it's taking a really long time to get around to showing you every single step of every single thing that I do. So it's just something that I'm thinking about. I think we could get through this series a lot faster if I didn't have to show you every single thing that I did. But then again, that was kind of the point of what I initially was setting out to do. So I'm a little conflicted, and I'm sure I'm going to make a decision on here soon. So anyway, that's okay. So we've got the seams now working out pretty well. Let's see what. And it's not really terrible. I mean, we can tell that there's some things going on. What I might do is come in here and select the whole element and use our relax, and I'm going to keep the boundary points fixed, and let's go by face angles, and as you can see, it's going to keep the edge that we have, and it's just going to relax everything in the middle. And alright, so let's turn our options on and constant update. Keep boundary points. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's just cloth that's flowing around. I think it's alright. It's definitely a little messed up here in the front, so I'm going to undo a little bit. There. Front looks a lot better like that. I think it's okay. I mean, right around here there's some issues. I mean, if we really wanted, come here and see if we can figure out. Okay, so like these are way under there. So looking at this, if I'm selected on these vertices and they're on this side, what that tells me, if I select on the entire element, is that I need to come up here and mirror it horizontally. Now, when I select on these vertices, they're actually these over here, and maybe actually we were the right way, because yeah, I think it was right way before. Mirror. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know where my mind was. Alright, so I'm just looking to see if we can pick out where some of these troubled vertices are, like right in here. Okay. You can see we've got some overlapping. So as you can see, I'm just gonna fix those. Just flatten these out. So like it's just gonna work out a whole lot better doing this by hand. So anyway, we would go through and do this for all of this guy here. And I'm just going to finish this one row. I'm not going to do the whole thing. So just uncrossing the vertices. Alright, so good enough. So select the whole element, and just like before, collapse all, polygon, and hide. Okay, I'm gonna come back to those later. I think they're actually going to be pretty simple. Let's see. Do select by element. Alright, so the only thing that I've got to do for this guy, I'm going to start with this one. We have to figure out where and how I'm going to create the seams. And looking at it, I think what I'm going to do another cylinder. Let's fit it. And I'm going to rotate the green line right here along the back. And let's rotate that like so. And let's just see what that looks like. Okay. Okay, so those need to be welded together. So select tools, target weld. There we go. Okay, same thing. Target weld those. And I can see we got some issues up in here. And that's where I was just making those really random cuts. So I'm going to try and select all these. I mean, it's actually not bad, seeing as how, the places that we're going to see, really. It's really not that bad. Let's just relax. Okay, and the only thing I think I'm going to do is target weld these guys closed. I'll leave that one alone. And I'll leave that one alone. So again, if I'm just concentrating on the areas that we're really going to see, I think that they're looking okay. It's not like I'm going to be painting a lot of crazy detail on this. Okay, so we'll just go with that. sure that's selected. Alright, so I think you get the point with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do one of the more difficult, or another area that I think will be a little bit more difficult. And I think we're going to try doing his belly. Okay, so put this here. Actually, I think we might be able to. What was the skin? It's 8. Select 8. Okay, and I can see that it's selecting these guys up here, which are still a part of. They're hidden, but they've already been unwrapped, and that's what it's showing me, that these guys are hidden. And as you can see, I'm trying to deselect them, and it's not really working for me. So doing that's not going to help. So we just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I hate it when it does this. That's why it's just so much better just to click right on them. And what I'm going for is to get up to his shoulders. So basically just his torso, not worrying with the arms at the moment. Okay, so like that. Be a little tricky getting in here, but no, it's not really too bad. Okay, we can always go into wireframe so we can really see what we're selecting or not selecting. Don't want those. almost done. Okay, looks like I got them all. Okay, just one more kind of look to see that we didn't get anything we didn't need. And I'm not selected on anything else. Doesn't look like it. Oh, missed one right there. Okay, I think we're good to go. And cylinder's been working out pretty good for us. Okay, so the chest, the stomach, the back's a little bit. Let me go back to fit. It's really not that bad. Turn that off and let's go take a look at it. Oh, no, I forgot to do. Forgot to rotate the seam into the back. So now it'll unfold from back here, which is what I want. And I think we might just go with that. So let's turn this off. Okay, so first couple things I notice that I want to do is, first off, I want to scale it down a little bit. Okay, now I'll just do some of the same kind of things we've been doing. Come in here and make some adjustments where we need them. And I'm just wondering, let's see. There's that vertex right there. I think all of this could come in smaller. Okay, maybe they could go back the way they were. Alright, I'm just gonna select them all. Relax. Let's just looks good to me. So there's his stomach. So as you can see, the process is pretty straightforward. And then we're just going through picking areas like I said at the end of the last one. What you don't want to do is, select everything and try to unwrap it all at once. Break it into the pieces, like we've done so far. The way that I would continue this out would be to go through, do his arm, then do the hand, the top and the bottom of the hand, then the leg, then the boot, and just do it into pieces so that we have all these chunks that we can deal with when it comes to painting on the texture. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna take a look at what I can do to get this arm. I'm gonna do one of these arms. So I'll do one more. Okay, so unwrap. Go into face, and what I'm going to do here, what I'm essentially going to try to go for is I'm going to try to go for the whole arm down to where his glove is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick on, say, these guys, these faces right here, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grow this selection. Alright, and I can see it's starting to select polygons that aren't visible at the moment. So let's try another way. Crap. Select off of those. So as you can see, I'm not selecting on polygons that are hidden at the moment. It's just when we tell Max to grow the selection, then it's just mathematically gonna grab them. So just have to be just a little bit more particular. Whoops. And I'm going to turn this checkerboard off for a second. I'm just going to apply there. Yeah, just turn it off so I can see a little clearer what's going on. Okay, so that's where the hand starts. Okay. Again, we'll go into wireframe and just give it a quick once over. Just be sure that we're not missing anything or selected on anything we don't want. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go into edge mode, and I'm going to pick on one of these edges and I'm going to hit loop. Okay, so it went down as far as it could. Alright, let's select off of these. Okay, so it goes right down to there, and I'll just go ahead and add in those two. Okay, and now I'm going to, let's do this the easy way. Scroll down here and I'm going to say add selection to pelt seams. So as we see, they turn blue because we now our pelt seams. If I go back to face, you see I'm still selected, and this time we're going to try the pelt unwrapper. I think that might work a little better for this shape. Plus it'll give us a chance to look at it. So let's do best align, and you can see that's not really working. It's actually not too bad, but just like the way we created this seam right here, if we imagine with our cylinder how we rotate the green line around to the back, so this is where it's going to pull away from. That's the same thing that's going on here with this arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it straight on like this and doing a align to view, and then I'm just going to rotate this like that. So that's how it's going to unfold. And we'll go edit pelt, and I can see that this thing is kind of all over the place. What we try to do here is we try to rotate this stretcher to where it doesn't seem so convoluted. Like, obviously this doesn't look great. I mean, we got things crossing all over the place, and this one is looking a little bit more symmetrical. It's looking a little better. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to crank this. I use the scale tool and scale the stretcher up, and just hit simulate pelt. And as you can see, it unwrapped the whole thing. So I'm going to reset again. And then one of the things we're going to watch as we do our let it simulate for us. Hit simulate pelt. See how it's just flattening it right out? We could increase the pull strength if we wanted, tighten it up real good like that. I mean, we see it's really circular at the moment. So I'm just gonna try this one more time, and I'm gonna put this back where it was. Simulate, and one more time. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and close, and then we'll turn off pelt, and let's go ahead and click off, and we'll put our checkerboard back on visually. Okay, so you can see, so let's go back to our select element here. As we can see, our checkerboards are tiny because this thing is so incredibly huge. So I'm going to shrink this down, and let's put the options on constant update. Okay, so that's a little better. And some of the things, again, that we're going to do, that I know we're going to be dealing with, that's F2 to turn that off. The way that this is sitting right now, I don't have any idea on what I'm looking at. I don't know. I mean, I know that the forearm has the most segments, so I'm guessing that's the forearm. But I'm going to rotate it straight up and down like so. And now, what I'm going to try to figure out is which is the front and which is the back. Okay, so that makes sense then. Okay, so those are all on that side, and these should all be here in the front. Okay, so that's actually the bicep right there. Alright, so select on these guys, and just looking, the checkerboard pattern really isn't that bad. I mean, it's probably a little small, and these are stretched a little bit, so I'm just going to do a quick relax, and let's do by face angles. Okay, that straightened out pretty nicely. Do one more. Okay, it's pretty good. So now we can just scale this down, and so we can see we've got our checkerboards. Charlotte, shut up! It's my dog, in case you can hear. Hold on. Sorry about that. So as we can see, the checkerboards are looking really good. I think that's, for as complicated of a shape as that is, I think that's gonna be about the best thing that we can do. So we'll just call that one done. Let's just move this over here and select on it, and again just collapse all, polygon, whoops, what happened there, face, edit, okay, collapse all, polygon, there we go, and hide it. So that was the using the pelt procedure, and I think with that you've kind of seen all of them really, all the ones that are really necessary and useful. So we'll hide those. So just challenge you to go ahead and finish this up on your own. If I'm gonna go ahead and finish it myself so we can move on to the texturing phase, and we'll do a summary before we move on. But I want you to go ahead and finish it up. It's just taking it piece by piece, a little bit at a time, and just break it down into usable bits like we've done so far, and I think you'll be pretty good. So go ahead and save this, increment, and so next time we will I'm gonna go ahead and finish them up, and if I find as I'm doing it something that I think's a little complicated, then I'll come in and I'll do a video on it. But I think that is pretty straightforward from here. So we'll see you next time when we're ready to start texturing.